Okay, I'm back again. Round 3. Come on, Facebook. Let's do this right today. Alrighty, so I'm live again because I am going to talk with Tamica today about her diagnosis with type 2 diabetes. And we're going to also find out whether or not that is reversible. Okay. So let's see. Bear with me. Hi, Bliss. We're going to talk about some good stuff today. There's Mary. Now we just need Tamica on here.
Mom, that's me.
I know you're excited about getting on this camera, Mary.
Okay, we're here.
Hey! Okay! Good Lord, I am so sorry. So, one thing that I've learned this week with lives, like as much as I want to turn my phone sideways, it doesn't work for whatever reason. So, anyway, thank you so much for your time today. And with Easter this weekend, this is actually a really good subject to talk about. You were telling me about type 2 diabetes, that we wanted to focus on that today. And then as I was researching more about you and seeing that you were diagnosed yourself, and now you're able to help others, possibly reverse their condition. And so go ahead and tell us what happened. Tell us about when you got diagnosed and how did you deal with all of that? What did you do?
Well, I got diagnosed in 2008, and at the time, I weighed a little over 220 pounds. I felt like crap.
Oh my!
Every bone in my body
I bet.
hurt. And I didn't really notice how fat I was until I was my daughter was in a 5K run for Girls on the Run. And so she's like, Mommy, you got to do this with me. And at the time, she was about 8. And I said, oh, okay. And I get there and I just said, oh, I hope I'm not the last one to cross the finish line, which I wasn't. I was the second to last one. But someone took a picture of us and I looked at the picture and I was like, oh, who's that fat? I was like, oh, that's me. So I went to the doctor, got all my got my blood work, and he told me, of course, I was overweight. My A1C was over 10, which normally you want it to be. And my
Sorry.
He's got a lot to say. It's
My kids want to be. He does. He's wanting to talk about type 2 diabetes too, with his little popsicle over there. So so what was the number you were talking about? What was the number you were just talking about that was off?
My A1C, which was over a 10. My A1C. It's the number that measures your blood sugar. And if you're a non-diabetic, it should be under 6.
Under 6?
Under 6.
Okay.
5.8 and under. So I knew I was severely diabetic, and my sugar, my actual blood glucose number at the time was almost 300. It was 295. So I said, okay, my doctor told me, he goes, we're going to put you on metformin. There's nothing you can really do about this. It's just going to get worse. Sooner or later, you'll be on insulin. You're just going to have to learn how to live with it. And I come from a family of diabetics. So
it was like you're just,
Yeah.
So he was basically
So
telling you to just like accept it.
yes, just live with it. This is how it's going to be. We're going to manage it. So that didn't sit well with me.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah.
who was also a type 2 diabetic. And I said to her, I want to see if this stuff works. So we're going to do it together. We eliminated our meat, we
Mm-hmm.
eliminated dairy. We actually went on a low fat, high carb diet. By high carb, I mean lots of fruits,
Mm-hmm.
lots of beans, potatoes, no oils. And I lost 70 pounds in 6 months. She weighed 260 pounds at the time.
Wow.
6 months, she
Uh-huh.
lost 83, it was either 83 or 85 pounds. And I went back to my doctor to check my
What?
numbers.
That is
And
crazy. Uh-huh.
I mean, it was awesome. And when I went back and, he did the fasting blood sugar. And at that point, it was an 80, but my A1C had went from a 10.2 to a 7.1.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I wasn't taking the medication. So he goes, oh,
Wow.
whatever you're doing, keep on
Wow. So
doing
this
it.
is
So 3 months
without his medicine and
without,
everything?
yes,
Heck yeah.
yes, yes. So 3 months later, I
That
went
is
back.
amazing.
It was a waking point for me to know that food. Now, I also had, made sure that I had a high quality vitamin, I had chromium, I
Mm-hmm.
had, just supplements that helped me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah.
It taught me that it can be done. So then I said, well, maybe it was just the flu. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
me and Michelle was just the flu. Let me try on other. And to date,
Yeah.
I've had
And
hundreds of
so
women.
so you tried it on somebody else after that?
Just kept trying and trying and trying. And, now it's over 10 years later. I've helped hundreds of women reverse their conditions or eliminate most of their medication. So when you're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
diabetes, there are different types of diabetes. Of course, there's the type 1 diabetic, which means there was some trauma that
Mm-hmm.
happened to the pancreas and you're not producing insulin at all. Usually that happens in childhood.
Okay.
Then you have type 2, which is reversible. Then you have now type
Mm-hmm.
1.5. 1.5 is something that's rising now. It comes across as type 2.
Oh.
Yes, it comes across as type 2.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, your pancreas stops making insulin. And usually that's within a year or
Uh-huh.
two of after you being diagnosed. So you're essentially, it's 1 and 2 together. That's not reversible because your
Okay.
is not making insulin. But are
Okay.
most people are type 2. So
Okay. So it's the 1 and the 1.5 that you do have to learn to manage. And then if if you have type 2 though, then there actually is a bigger possibility to reverse it or at least take off medication, right? Is that what you're saying?
that is correct. And even if you're a type 1 or a type 1.5, if you do have a great diet, meaning whole foods, it will help you control
Mm-hmm.
the amount of insulin that you will need. So the same diet benefits you no matter if you're a type 1, type 1.5, or a type 2. But since that trauma happened to your
Okay.
pancreas, you can't make the insulin. With type 2 diabetics, making the insulin isn't the problem. It's the fat around your cells in your
Okay.
body that's the problem. And you can weigh 100 pounds and be a diabetic, because it was this big misconception that you had to be overweight. If you're overweight, you're a diabetic. Well, no, that's not true,
Mm-hmm.
because I have clients who are athletes who are diabetic. I have someone who is literally 5'6" and weigh 120 pounds, and she's a diabetic. It has nothing to do with how you look on the
Wow.
outside. You have too much fat on the
Mm-hmm.
inside that's in your cells. So when the insulin, like if you eat something and the insulin wants to disperse to your cells, it can't, because you have that fat that's blocking it. It's making it impossible for the insulin to reach the cells that need it, and it drives your sugar up. So that's why a low fat diet works, because the low fat diet, when you have berries, when you have leafy greens, when you have non-starchy vegetables, it has the fiber that will start pushing out that extra that is in your system, and then your liver is able to,
Mm-hmm.
heal, and your system will start to repair itself.
So with Easter coming around and getting ready for your family to come and like starting to think about meals and all of that, I know that a lot of us moms are like running to the store, filling up our baskets with diabetes basically for our kids. And that's just something that we've just kind of been, it's part of the routine, because you have all those school parties and sugars and cupcakes. And so like, what is your table gonna look like at Easter? And I know that there are of course times where it's like, it's okay to have a little bit extra during the holidays. It's the taking care of yourself on a daily basis so that you can have those little breaks and it won't be like, detrimental to what you're doing. But like, what is your table gonna look like on Sunday?
Well,
What are
on
we making
Sunday,
over at your house this weekend?
well, I'm not making my house this weekend. I will be at my mother-in-law's over the weekend. But what I will be bringing, which she always wants me to bring, is greens. And my mother-in-law is, from Puerto Rico, and she's used to greens with, the fat in it, with chicken broth and with, meat, ham, pork, all that. And when I first made her my greens, which is made with, the collard greens, I put garlic, onions, and vegetable broth. And she tasted it and she goes, "What do you mean this doesn't have any meat in it? It's delicious." I said, "It doesn't have any meat in it." So that's one of the things that I'm bringing
Wow.
over to her house, that now she's a believer. I said, "You don't need all of that pork to make your vegetables taste good, and she didn't
Uh-huh.
believe it until she tasted it. So that's the one meal that I am bringing. But as far as all other meals
Awesome.
are concerned, there's a lot of things that you can do. And for people who are not used to eating this way, small steps matter. You're not going to completely become, a vegan or completely give off all of your dairy, and that's fine. But what you can start doing, especially if you have children, is maybe not give them 2 cupcakes, maybe give them an apple, along with a cupcake. Start small and then build
Mm-hmm.
your healthy habits up. Because that's what I had to do. I mean, I got scared when I ended up in a hospital and I just gave up meats and I gave up dairy. And, I'm very happy that I did. But for most people, they're addicted to food. And I know that you can't
Mm-hmm.
do that overnight. So for your table, what I want to see, Christina, is some apples, some oranges. I want to see that. I want to see a little bit of seeds, a little bit of nuts, a nice
Do
big help.
you so when you're helping people and like they're like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to make. Do you help with that? Do you help with the meal planning and the shopping list, or like do you have a recipe book, or
Yeah.
how do we start from blank and yeah, How do you help me? How do you help me when I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Well, everyone is different. So when I work with my clients, I get to know my clients. I get to know their eating habits. I get to know
Okay.
what they're serving Monday through Friday so that I can teach them how to make those meals better and more healthy for their family. Because everyone is different. I have some clients who just, for whatever reason, they cannot and will not give up their meat. They just won't do it. So I have to them how to make that meat a little more healthy for them, just like with their vegetables. So
Mhm.
many people prepare their
Mhm.
vegetables and they put butter in it and things like that. Again, I have to help them to learn how to cook again. So for everybody is different. You know, I have African American clients who eat differently than
Mhm.
my Puerto Rican clients who eat differently than my Filipino clients. So
That's true. That's
it's
true.
tailor made to them. So when my clients
Yeah.
sign up, we do an intake. And that's the first thing that we tackle. What are you eating? And yes, they do get weekly meals, you know, they get the follow-up, they get the education, they get everything because it's so much that I don't
Mhm.
like to overwhelm them with. So we take it one step at a time. And it is a 3-month process. And, you know, right now
Mhm.
we're about to take it all online. So I have some clients that are specifically online. Those classes are all filled until June, which is good. But, you know,
Wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
yes, and it's automated, and then that
Wow.
way you can learn certain things on their own time. And then if they have questions, you know, they'll reach out to me because everybody's busy. So, and I understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Man, I need to follow you.
So, yeah, me too. So for those of us who are gonna be cooking, like I said, this weekend, what are some things that we might be able to do differently? Like you said, to not use butter when we're cooking our vegetables. I am slowly introducing my family to coconut oil, and so like when I make my kids pancakes and stuff, it's I grease it with the coconut oil, and then today I it's Ella's birthday, so while she was sleeping, I was trying to pump up balloons, but the pump was squeaky, so I used my coconut oil spray, and I was like spraying the thing so it would be less noisy. But yeah, coconut oil spray is versatile, but
All things, not just food.
you
Oh,
probably
yeah.
aren't supposed to use it for that. Well, I don't have any WD-40, so I was like, I need to make this thing quieter. But anyhow, so I know coconut oil some people are using. What other kind of things do you have in your fridge that are replacing butter and, things that that we're going to be definitely a majority of us are going to be cooking with this weekend?
For me, with the butter, I use a vegan butter. It's a cashew-based vegan butter, and I have to use it sparingly because whether you're using coconut
Uh-huh.
oil or some people love olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, it's still so I still have to watch that because I don't want
It
my cells to get reclogged and then go through the same information. But so for your vegetables,
I missed that part. It muffled. What were you saying about the virgin oil and the coconut oil? I had something else in it that you were looking for.
no, it's all fat, so I always have to be careful of my
Oh.
fat count. So even all healthy oils, even for vegan,
Oh, okay.
we like avocados, we like cashews, we like nuts, and it's still high in fat. So I have to use that. Yes,
Okay.
use your coconut oil. Make sure you're not using, a cupful. Make sure you're keeping it to a teaspoon or a tablespoon, depending on the quantity of what you're making. Olive oil is great. Make
Mhm.
sure you're balancing it out though with your greens. You have to have your fiber, whether that's coming from fruit, rather than coming from your beans, because
Mhm.
our plumbing doesn't move the way it's supposed to. We need the fiber. So,
Uh-huh.
and with me with butter, I love cashew butter. What's the name of that cashew butter?
Yes.
Mayokos. Oh my goodness. It actually tastes like butter. And for me, that was big because I
Really?
it does. It is so good.
You'll have to check. So, can you take a picture of it later and send it to me? I want to look for
will.
it the next time
I
I'm
will.
shopping.
I will.
I would also, it would be fun if you could also maybe share that recipe that you were talking about that you're going to be sending
Please.
this weekend.
I will share that.
Yes, that sounds really interesting. So we live in Texas, right?
Mhm.
So we're all about the meat. Like literally, I'm surrounded by moving tortilla, taco, whatever you want to call them. I have moving enchiladas all over this property. So like we are super big on meat and bacon, and so naturally, you know, our parents are that way too, or especially my husband's parents. They are really big on meat. We are, you know, we have that regular Texas diet. So it's going to be interesting to see what they will think about the veggies that I'm going to be bringing on Sunday.
You have to let me know.
No, oh my goodness. My son is trying to feed our rabbit popsicles. So that's not going to work very well. Yeah, we keep it interesting over here. This is Marty. Marty the
Oh, I
bunny.
used to have one like that.
Oh,
I had
I
one
don't
like
know
that
if
years
we'll see
ago.
him.
So yeah, we could
Oh,
see
he
him.
did. He's cute.
yes.
He his pen is dirty. I gotta clean it today, but yeah, he's a rescue bunny, and like our kids can't stop, you know, wanting to be around him. I'm sorry. I apologize. My daughter, when we first got him, 2 days after, she went to the hospital because he bit her finger, and she had to get stitches.
Ooh.
And yeah, animal control had to come and everything. It was crazy. It was so crazy. So anyhow,
Oh my God.
so yes. So this weekend I am bringing the greens, Granny and Papa. Y'all watch out. You're gonna try them.
Right. Right.
So alrighty. So we have Mary. Stop putting your finger in there. Celebrate. Here, give them some fruit. Oh my goodness, these children are making me lose my mind.
That's why I went to Tamica's house, so my kids are not
Like,
because there would be a lot of F-bombs going down.
oh my goodness. I know. I'm trying to contain myself. I'm really trying to contain myself. Hi, Mary. So Mary is actually our sponsor today for our topic. She actually has some things that she wants to share with us about some solutions to help us along the way. Whether we're diabetic or not, right? We can still everybody can use good nutrition. So tell me what you got for me today.
All right. Well, the one of the products that I wanted to talk about was our Isotonics OPC3. So it's like the biggest seller we have. Where are my notes here? It's it's a food supplement, very high in antioxidants. And it regulates like your blood sugar. Oh my God. So she turned on her phone and it distracted me. And I mean, I started using it. I actually just learned that it stabilizes the blood sugar or helps, because I used it for different reasons. Because it's very high in antioxidant, it actually helps me with my allergies. So I didn't
Oh,
realize.
really?
Yeah, like it has a lot of benefits to it. It helps with like cardiovascular health, like your cholesterol. It helps with your skin, like, and now I understand why it's like the biggest seller that, the company has. I mean, it's like really, really good. Like my kids don't get sick. I haven't gotten sick. Um, and
Wow.
yeah, and you know, and I tested it. At first, I was like, no way, this can't be, you know, what they're saying. So I tried it for a few weeks. I saw the results, so I said, oh, let me stop taking it. I stopped taking it. All my allergies came back. My eyes started itching, and I was like, oh, hell with this. I'm gonna take this again. So I tried it again. And then I went off it again just to make sure. I said, no, let me check this again. Let me see if I get off. Got off it, and sure enough, all my symptoms came back. So now I consistently. And we do have another one that is a beauty blend. So it also helps with like hair, skin, nails. So that's our OPC3. Also, what I wanted to mention, the link that you have, it's shopwithmare.com. So that has just to be corrected. If everyone's trying to get on it, it's not going to work because you have shop at Mare.
What does it say?
It says shop at Mare.
Oh my gosh. I will fix that. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. And then the second supplement that I have, I don't know if you could see. I don't know if can you see it?
I can't. You guys are kind of dark.
No, we're actually.
I'm all like trying to get closer to my.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
What's up with my screen?
It could be my
Oh
phone. My
gosh.
phone stopped.
Face.
I'm sorry. I don't have an iPhone.
It's
I got
okay.
some LG phone. So anyway, we also have isotonics isochrome, which helps, you know, maintain healthy blood sugar levels. It supports insulin activity, and it helps with energy and stamina. So this would be good for
we need
someone
that.
with diabetes to take. I don't know if they could take it even if they don't have it.
Can take it if they don't have it for the chromium because we're deficient in chromium, most of us, so they can.
Okay, so Tamica says you can. And I was giving this, you know, I'll be honest, my fiance, he is a diabetic. I was giving this to him consistently. He was doing great, and every once in a while I forget, and I notice his energy and stamina is not the same. So I'm gonna make sure I give it twice a day. And if he's watching, I know he's not gonna be happy. So
we need to get that energy and stamina up.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
That's funny.
And the last thing that I wanted to mention was we also have aloe vera juice. So that's good for your digestive system, and it helps your immune system as well. And it tastes good, actually. It tastes like juice. So
I've tried some before. It's not that bad, but I'll have to try.
Well, our brand tastes good
because I was on
our brand tastes good.
It does. Good, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This
I'm
one
all about
I was
taste.
trying. It was just. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's probably my biggest struggle with like eating salads and everything because I'm all about the taste. And
That's
so
a Filipino thing, I think.
I just need to make peace with it. But the aloe vera juice that I had was like I kind of felt like I was drinking like not like Jello, but it was just weird. It was really weird.
No, this one I have to say is
so I'll
really
have to check theirs out.
really big on taste. Because I'm the same way. When people are like, "Oh, you gotta taste this," and I'm like, "What does it taste like?" And I was very surprised when I drank it. I was able to drink it like with no problem, and I'm like, "Oh, I could drink this shit every day." So,
yeah.
So I mean, that's a good thing.
I was trying. That's good.
I hate this delay.
So it's been helping. How about your husband? How does your husband feel about the aloe vera juice?
He hates everything I give him, but it's okay. He just doesn't like to take stuff. But I noticed a lot of things with him as well. Even though he says no, I could tell. Like his energy levels are different, you know, are higher. So but we don't live together, so I only give it to him when I see him. Yeah. So this is something you need to take on a consistent basis.
Yes, every day. The aloe vera every day
Okay.
for your digestion because everything starts in the gut. If your
Mm-hmm.
gut is messed up, then you are going to have problems. You're going to be constipated. You're going to get type 2 diabetes. I mean, everything starts in the gut. And so with our aloe vera
Mm-hmm.
juice, it is just important that you take it at least twice a day because it helps to get out all the stuff that you think is not in there. I mean, a lot of us have rotting food in our intestines and we don't know. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
I love that. And it comes in different flavors. So, like kiwi, pomegranate. I mean, it's delicious. And that's for anybody. That's just
Which
your health.
what is your favorite flavor?
Strawberry kiwi.
Strawberry kiwi.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, this one wasn't even flavored. It was just like in a
Mhm.
green bottle. Golly, I really hope it wasn't like medicine.
No, this definitely doesn't taste like medicine.
No.
Your kids eat. Wait, can kids drink it? Yeah,
Mm-mm.
kids will drink it. It tastes like juice.
It does. It tastes like juice. For
But
some
it's
people, it's too sweet.
Oh, okay.
Diluted. And I like sweet, so I don't
Mhm.
dilute it. But if it is too sweet
Yeah.
for some of my clients, I'm like, just put a little bit of water in it. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So your favorite products that we're talking about are they easy to find on shopwithmare.com or
yes.
would it be easier to just like post each individual one in the description when we're done? We can do it either
I can
way.
post them.
I just,
Yeah, I can
want to
post
make it.
I'll post it in the description
Okay.
when we're done. This way, it's easier for them to find because you can't get these supplements in the store. This is something that has to be ordered.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll definitely post it so this way they know which ones to look out. Which ones to get.
Yeah, I just want to make it easier on everybody else to get exactly the things that you were talking about on this particular subject today. So, well, I'm excited. I want to try some of that juice and see what else I can sneak into my husband's dietary system. He's
You
probably
can
not
even put it
watching,
in
so this is.
Put that in the juice, Oliver. Or be taken by itself.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I appreciate you girls so much for your time today. We have to go ahead and start doing birthday activities because she just cannot stop touching her unicorn cake and she's like, put it together right now. It's my birthday. So we're gonna go do birthday stuff. And
Happy birthday.
yes, I know. Hey, you want to say hi? This is our artistic. Yeah, this is Ella Grace, my little cave baby, and my artist.
Hey.
Oh.
All right, girls. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's so good to be able to know that type 2 diabetes is reversible because I know that it's something that is valuable to so many people, especially since she said that is the most common form of diabetes right now, right? Is the type 2?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's the most
Right.
common form.
So
Right now, you have a million Americans that are living with it, with diabetes. Most of them are pre-diabetic. They don't even know that they're diabetic. So I
yeah,
appreciate you inviting
I'm
and
probably.
speaking.
Yes. And this is something that I need because everybody knows me and like my relationship with sugar. Like, I just love it. I just love it so much. It just tastes so good and it makes me happy. But I know that the reality of those decisions, especially over time, is going to end me up in a place where I'm not going to be able to enjoy all those things that I enjoy now. And
Yes.
so, I know that this is a really important message for everybody, especially the ones who think, oh, it's not going to happen to me. Go get your cake before it falls over. And the truth is, it can happen to anybody, right? It doesn't matter where you are in life or where you live. Anybody can get diabetes. go.
That's right.
So, darn it, diabetes gotta ruin everything.
I know,
I'm just
but at
kidding.
least it's fixable.
I
At least
just,
it's fixable.
yeah, yeah, it definitely is. I just, I know personally I need to do something different, and I know that my kids are, especially this one, are following my steps. So I really appreciate this knowledge that you're sharing. And anytime you are cooking, if you are welcome to share it on my page and like share a little recipe or whatever, because I want to try them too. I got an instant pot. I don't know if you've
Mm.
played with one of those.
My
Oh my gosh, we might have to
Yes.
have like an instant pot cook off or something with your recipes. I don't know, but I want to play with the stuff that you share and see if I can do like an instant pot version.
Oh,
So,
I'm sure you can. I'm
is there,
sure you can.
yeah. Well, all right, girls, well, I'm going to sign off. Is there anything that any last words you want to share with everybody?
Well, if anybody's out there and they want personalized attention and you need more information and you want to get in contact with me, I will also post the link to my website. Like I said, our class is filled right now, but we have another one coming up on June 1st. If anybody is interested, then you will get that one-on-one attention. You get the personalized meals plans. You will get what I call let's attack what's in your refrigerator. You will get to learn how to read labels. You will get so many things. So I will post my link to my website, but if you have any questions, hit me up on Facebook, Messenger. I'm always there, and I'll be glad to help you.
Awesome. Thank you again. And I will talk to you girls soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Mom,